how have you been doing? What have you been involved in here recently?
Oh my goodness, Derek. My wife told me the other day, she said, Ted, you seem to feel better when you're busy.
Okay.
There are days that my schedule is rather slim in that I don't have as much to do as I do at other times. And she said that I just mope around, you know.
Okay.
But I have remained on a number of committees within the community. I've been approximately 24 years on the hospital board of trustees.
Okay.
I chair the building committee of that board, and I'm on the credentials committee, which we credential new employees, doctors and the like,
Okay.
before they can work there on the staff. And I'm on the physicians recruitment committee because we feel that we had to have an active recruitment program because of turnover and doctors retiring and leaving the area, that we needed to seek new physicians, and in doing so help them get set up, help them get started relative to office area and occasionally a little assistance in equipment and so forth.
Okay.
And so those are the kinds of things that I've continued to do. And of course I have a governor's appointment. The governor appointed me to the Mid-Cumberland Community Health Agency.
Really?
And we meet in Nashville once a month. I'm
Okay.
on the board of directors, and I'm vice chairman of that group. And of course, I'm still on the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
I was the second chairman of the Minority Business Council, in which we have encouraged minority business people to become involved in the chamber activity. And so that when persons come into the community, they will know where the minority businesses are located,
Okay.
and the variety of businesses that they are pursuing.
Hmm.
And so that was a very good experience. Of course, I'm not chairman this year, but I'm still an active member of the chamber, although I'm not a business person. Excuse me, but because of the fact that I have a basic interest in the community, it's given me good exposure. Of course, I have the latest appointment I had by the mayor. I am on the equalization board for the county.
Okay.
And that's a board that hears the grievances from taxpayers.
Okay, tell me that. You tell me on the phone. Okay.
Who
Right.
either feel that taxes are too high or too low. You know.
Oh, they're all too low. Yeah.
So from my understanding, that's not a popular board. But I'm also very much involved with my church work. I still drive the church bus on Sundays and pick up members for Sunday school and church. And on Thursdays, I initiated a program where I pick up the very elderly members of our church who have no families but need to go to the doctor and the grocery store and the drugstore.
Okay.
And so I have about 8 to 10 very elderly ladies ranging from 75 to 85.
Really?
To 90, almost.
Still getting around, huh?
Yes, so,
How about
so
that?
those are the kinds of things that I do. I stay busy.
So you're retired, but you haven't retired.
I'm not really
Oh,
retired.
well, you got a load in the hand.
Not really retired.
Exactly. Well, I was going to ask you if you have any words of wisdom to our class as we take on the next 10 years, and any
Well, you know, from what I gather after talking to a few of the class members over the years, it appears that you're doing all right for yourselves, but you just keep up the good works. When the foundation has been laid, and that foundation starts to me, from the time that you are born into the world, sometimes they say even before you're born.
Okay.
And your parents give you that good nurturing, and then you reach a point in life where the parents say it's time for a child to go to school, and then teachers take over, educators and so forth, and they work with you and try to instill the good qualities into you. And as a result of that, many of you have taken advantage of that opportunity. And as a result of taking advantage of the opportunity, you are experiencing success. And so, and that's what we thrive on, is we thrive on what we have learned, and we take that learning and use it. And because if we not, all efforts have been in vain. So I say for this class to just continue to remember where you came from.
Okay.
Okay? That is from families who had confidence in you, who believed in you, who supported you, who sacrificed for you, and then people in education, and some of these people were not in education, could have been just people in the neighborhood,
Okay.
you know. But those individuals who really cared about you and gave you that nurturing, you know, that those efforts are worth holding on to, you see. And every time that an individual decides to sort of go down the wrong road, you know, he ought to think about, now wait just a minute now. Mama said this, Daddy said this, Uncle said this, my pastor said this,
Okay.
a neighbor said this, Ted White said this,
Okay.
Bernie Williams said this, you know, some teacher, somebody, somewhere. And as a result of that, we sort of decide that we may start down the wrong road, but we realize before we get too far that we're on the wrong road.
All right.
And then we sort of detour.
Okay.
And as a result of that detour, we get on the right path.
Right.
And then on our way. And that's what life is all about.
That's true.
And even at my age now, I think about all of the people that had an impact on my life. You know, from high school on, elementary school, and the people in the community who would say, Junior, put on your shoes if you don't, I'm gonna tell your daddy.
Okay.
You know.
Understand.
And but all those things. Now I think about all of the people, and it's given me strength. It's given me the strength to persevere in a lot of situations that I could have failed, have gone down. But I think of those people who really cared, who took the time to say a kind word of encouragement, you know, when they didn't have to,
Right.
you know. And so, one thing about it, some of the older people when I was growing up, my cousin and I were about the same age.
Okay.
His name was Arthur, and the old folk used to say, and my grandmother in particular say, Arthur's going to be a gambler, and Junior, you're going to be a preacher.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't turn out to be a preacher, but I've been told that I was going to be a preacher from the time I was
Really?
just knee-high to the up.
Planting that seed in your
Yes,
mind.
yes, you know, but I tell you, I said, the Lord calls me, he's going to have to knock me upside the head.
Oh, goodness. Well, Mr. White, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and I appreciate you taking the time out to even talk with us.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know,
I
that
appreciate
I care about you youngsters so much. And as I look through this annual here, and I see all these beautiful faces of the young people that I was privileged to see every day. And to me, that was a blessing for me to have the opportunity to have the exposure to these precious lives. And I just hope and pray that if these 10 years have not been as fruitful as many of the class members had hoped, don't give up.
Right.
There's still a lot of time, you know. 10 years is not that much.
That's right.
It's never too late. So if by chance that any of these class members, if we've gone astray, just make up your minds and say, I can still do it.
That's right.
You know, I can still do it. And because I see people all the time. I see grandmothers graduating with their grandchildren.
Right, that's true.
From high school and from college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
So, you know, and I'm not saying everybody needs to go to college. I'm saying that everybody can do something.
Right.
You know, everybody can do something. So, it is my hope and my prayer that that this class, if by chance there are those who don't feel that they have been as successful as they wanted to be, that's okay.
It's okay.
Just keep on. There's something for everybody to do. So it's a privilege for me to have the opportunity to talk to the president
Well, I'll take on the day
of the class, the senior class of 1984.
Well, it's